This is Game 4 press conference featuring the Seminoles of Florida State. We're joined by head coach Lonnie Alameda and student athletes Megan King and Sydney Sherrill. Coach Alameda, let's start with the performance that Megan King gave you. She certainly pitched well and gave you a chance to win the game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think I don't know if you could script it any better for our hitters to come out and score some runs against one of the best pitchers in the country. And she was slinging it tonight, Garcia was, and we got after her. And it's just kind of one of those things, you know. Megan did a good job, and it was my decision to bring Kylie in, and Kylie got us out of the inning, and that was good stuff too. And then they kind of went to another level with her swings and got after some miscues on our part and some seeing eye balls here and there, and they made a big inning for themselves.
Questions for Coach or the student athletes, please?
I like to make sure nobody else wants to go first. Okay. Coach said Rachel was slinging it tonight. Sydney, what did you see out of Rachel, and what did you see when you hit that double to left?
I definitely saw she was slinging it, but you know, I was kind of in my head the first two at bats, and I actually talked to Coach. I said, "Coach, I'm in my head," and she said, "No, get out of your head." And then, you know, I went up there and I got out of my head, and it did it for me. And you know, we should have came back with more runs in the later innings, but you know, it's how it goes sometimes.
How do you get out of your head? What do you have a
Coach actually gave me she gave me a specific way to do it, and kind of just to clear my mind and say just one word when I get in the box. And you know, I wish she would have told me that a little earlier in the year, but it's fine. It's a good time to say it. So I thank you, Coach. I owe that to you. Yeah. Gosh, gotta make light of this.
Is that something that you tell all of your girls if you see that they're in their head, you tell them to focus on one word?
I definitely think, you know, the mental game's the biggest part of the game. And, you know, when the game gets going really fast, and this is a huge stage, it's a huge stage for Sid. Kinger's been here before. Experience plays a big part. And I know that Kylie was going through the same thing, you know, and you can't emulate this anywhere. You just got to look around and love it and enjoy it. And we're playing a very storied program. And UCLA is on a mission. They've been here before, and they're on a mission. And so the best way to combat it is to be simple and keep it simple. And, you know, all I told Sid was, you know, you can tell yourself you're in it outside the box. When you get in it, like, be present. And that's the biggest thing, is you want to suck a little less. That's the whole mindset, right? And it's a game of failure, and let's be honest and be real, and she's thrown it pretty good. But the minute you go in there and you're telling yourself negative stuff, you're going to get negative results. And so we just tried to eliminate some of that, and we do that in the circle a ton too. So I'm not going to say it's all me and the word I told her. And she's a great hitter. It just happened to be okay for that moment. Yeah.
Oh gosh, it's only me?
Yeah.
Okay. Megan, what was working for you tonight? I mean, you shut down a high, octane offense.
I think that this is just something we've worked for all year, and I just wanted to put the hitters in the best position that I could for them to succeed tonight. I felt really good. I felt really strong. The first inning was a little rough. It's really hot in Oklahoma City, so I was kind of sweaty, and I couldn't really grip the ball, but I got a towel, and it was all smooth sailing from there. But, so I felt really good, and everything was working, and my defense is absolutely outstanding tonight. But, we're going to keep up this fight. We're not going to give up the rest of the way, so.
Looking ahead to the next game, you guys have Georgia. They had a rough go of it earlier, so how do you prepare for this game coming up?
The biggest thing right now is for us to let this one sink in a little bit. We get a day off now to get our bodies some rest, but, you know, it's a very scrappy Georgia team. They've had a tremendous season. The loss of Brittany Gray was huge for them, and they rallied around it, and, hats off to Lou and the program for everything they've done. And so, but, our backs are against the wall, and so are theirs. So it's going to be one of those games that are completely scrappy. It's going to be hot, and it is what it is. And so we've been there before. We fight and fight and fight in the first game, lose, and then we're in this dogfight now, and it's for our lives. And so we have experience here too, unfortunately, I guess. But now it's time to go out and just put your backs against the wall and get after it.
And Coach, can you talk about the decision to start Megan tonight, and then the decision to go to Kylie when you did, and just what factored into both of those decisions?
Couple things for Megan. Obviously, the lefty-lefty matchup's pretty big. They have a lot of lefties in a row and then a lot of righties in a row. And so, she's also very experienced in these situations too. So, again, go back to, just the big stage and knowing Kylie would feel a little bit of that pressure. And but we knew at some point, we saw all day today, there was a lot of pitchers, great pitchers, that another pitcher came in to close the game or relieve. And that's a big thing at this stage right now. And so at some point, Kylie's curveball is going to play for us against the right-handers. And it did when we faced Garcia and we got out of that inning. So that's where it came from. But then I really think UCLA went to another level and was really swinging the bats, and they took advantage of a few things. So that was the mindset for it. We were going to use both today.
Anything further? All right, Coach, thank you very much.
He's got it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My bad.
Megan, when you found out you were getting the start tonight, like Coach said, you've got the experience of having played here before. But when you found out you were getting the start, what went through your mind, and what was your preparation to go out there and start the game tonight?
I was pumped. I love to compete. I love to compete on the stage. Definitely, I did not have a very good game against UCLA last year, so I was excited for another opportunity to get after it. And, so I was just pumped and excited and just ready to get the opportunity to compete.
This time.
I think we're good.
I think we're good.
I see no
Coach,
quiz
we all
device.
right?
Yes,
All right.
thank you very much. Thank you all
Thank
very
you.
much.